This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, so Bangem Smurf does another interview with Rapmatic, and on this one, he reveals a couple things that we've never heard before. It's a good interview, so make sure you watch the whole thing. But he does reveal that the paperwork with 50 Cent, with Irv Gotti, was real paperwork, but it was for the engineer in the studio, and it mentioned that Curtis was there because it was a 50 Cent session, and Irv and them ran up in a 50 Cent session, poked a couple people up. But Bangem Smurf, what I respect about him is that, like, you know, he was very important to the beginning of G Unit. Back then, you had to have muscle and everything, and Bangem Smurf was the muscle, part of the muscle. There was a lot of people, but he was part of the regulators, you'd say, you know what I mean? And it made it like nobody messed with 50 for years. And, you know, that got him to the position he needed to be in to then go on with the Eminem and Dre deal and take off. Obviously, him taking off is because of Eminem and Dre and his lawyer, Stoudemeyer. I forget his full name. But anyways, it was the same lawyer that had managed Eminem. There was a couple lawyers involved and then when he did the deal with Land Speed, it was a whole thing with that deal happening. It was like a perfect storm. Anyways, 50 Cent went into that deal with Bangem Smurf, but Bangem Smurf, I forget why he was dismissed. I think he became a liability. But everyone was kind of a liability. Like, Yayo was a liability, essentially, and so was Young Buck. I forget. There was one specific thing that Bangem Smurf did that made 50 Cent part ways. But Bangem Smurf always keeps it honest. And he says, hey, 50 didn't tell on nobody. Like, and he's always down to fight, and he's a little crazy. But he needed us because you can't do everything by yourself. You know, he could only do everything himself up to a certain point. Then he also mentions that 50 Cent had dated Mr. Cheek's sister at one point or something. I don't know. And he addressed maybe some beef he might have had with Mr. Cheeks at one point because they were taking subliminals at each other. But anyways, go watch Rapmatic. I'll link it below. And it's a very good interview. Now, DDG got into an altercation at, I forget what was it? Something Con. You know, those events where everybody gets together. It was, which one was it? I'll tell you right now. And actually, they got into a fight with a fan who tried to troll DDG and say, doo-doo garbage. He said DDG stands for doo-doo garbage. So, you know, DDG's brother went off on him. And this guy's now planning to take DDG to court. Unfortunately, it was at a brawl. DDG's brother at Dumb Entourage. It was one of these events where DreamCon. Okay, where everybody gets together and celebrities come. But anyways,
hey, what's up,
this guy's now talking about taking him to court.
Y'all probably saw me at DreamCon earlier across y'all phone screens getting assaulted by DDG, his brother, man, one of his friends or something like that. I want them to go ahead and come out here and tell y'all how that whole thing started. So boom, I'm standing there, me and my boy standing in the vendor hall, we chilling. See DDG walking by, and it's whatever. I heard about DDG before. I heard the name, heard the term doo-doo garbage before. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it'd be funny, just a little joke to do. Alright, so I called him. Boom, hit me in my under my left eye. I'm like, hold on. Boom, I'm doing what I gotta do here. And I see another dude, his homeboy, I'm assuming, come in out of nowhere. So I'm trying to back up. I ain't trying to fight both, especially both of these dudes at the same time. You feel me? Pause that bitch right there. So here, trying to have fun with my people. And I'm not sure if he got banned from the event, which I assume he did, because that goes with his people. But I gotta let you know now. I gotta take legal action against him or his brother. I seen a lot of people saying that I was following DDG around, him and his friends around. But that's simply not true. That's actually the opposite of what happened. We was all just in.
Yeah, so I mean that's kind of stupid. You trolled him though. You trolled him, and now he wiped the floor with you. Like, ask for your, whatever broke back, and then, leave it at that. 50 Cent responds to was it Anti-Clemency Club? No, Sean Diddy Combs pardon from Trump. 50 Cent vows. He said, nope, no deal. Now, he was joking there, but then he also said, it says 50 Cent plans to nuke Diddy's chances at a pardon. He says, I didn't say I would nuke anything. I simply says, we'll make sure Trump is aware that Diddy's a Trump hater. I get that. Now, Vybz Cartel had to address a Trinidad promoter because this Trinidad promoter's like messed up this Vybz Cartel show time and time again. At one point, he was going to do it during Carnival, and that was clashing with their culture. And then now he just missed all these deadlines and stuff. So Vybz Cartel had to make the decision to pull out of the whole deal.
Promoter for the Trinidad show. Remember years me know you. Remember when you forward initially for the show. My lawyer was there. My manager was there. Remember the signing was recorded. Remember the money where you're talking about, the legal team, out of my money it forward. Because remember your ball, and I say, TJ, me know him long time, give him a blind. TJ reluctantly give a blind. You miss deadline after deadline. Me beg for him, say, TJ, give him a blind. You bring me now in a loggerheads with the government of Trinidad. Me never tell you someone do no school. My job is to perform for the people. Me's an entertainer. I get paid to entertain. Remember, you wanted to keep the show during Carnival. Me look for you, me say you can't do that. Don't mess with the culture. Carnival, Trinidad thing, make them do them thing. TJ tell you if you don't do it. Ango promoter for the Trinidad show. Angostura tell you if you don't do it. Cartel tell you if you don't do it. Countless people tell you if you don't do it. You force the issue, till eventually you see say it can't work. So now you did want to bring me at loggerheads with the culture of Trinidad. Deadline after deadline, crying after crying. You just couldn't manage a cartel show, another thing to tell the people then. In a discussion. My only regret in the situation is that the Trinidad people are them you rob out of the chance to see cartel after so many years.
Yeah, so, not everybody can be a promoter. This is sad. Maryland man given 3 consecutive life sentences after being found guilty of murdering his pregnant girlfriend and store clerk. Man was reportedly living with girlfriend's body for nearly 2 months before arrest. Bro, this kid's a sick guy. Maybe we should give him 10 consecutive life sentences. This is a sick. Look at him. He's sick, bro. He's sick. Bro. Then, we got to play this one last thing. Tommy. Oh, man. What a mess. Okay, we're talking about Tommy from Love and Hip Hop. She is a mess, dude. Here, let me put this on the screen. Hold on. We gotta bear with me. We gotta load this one up. Is this her? Nah. I could load it from here, actually. Oh, no, I can't. Damn it. Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. All right. So Tommy invades these people's, dinner, right? Let me put the volume on.
I'm from North.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, girl.
And what?
This girl's a drunk mess. Anything you ever see her with, she's like, oh, this happened to me and that. Don't feel bad for her. She caused it for herself.
And y'all from Pennsylvania? Where the niggas at? Too many houses. Wait, do this one. Huh? Y'all, where they at? Where that boys at? Saint told me, what my therapist said.
These girls are just trying to, get together.
If you see a group of ladies.
Have some pizza. And here comes Tommy. You wouldn't expect her to be around in this nice, quiet neighborhood, but here she comes.
Start talking to her. Because she was just like, you need to get your... Yeah. And because, like, I was in, like, a shootout. I'm in a little shootout.
She's talking about being in a shootout, and these girls are like, I don't even know you. I don't want to know you. They probably don't even know who she is.
So you think I got test
And yours here or here?
Up there.
Yours here or here?
No, I think we was who's it?
Where was that shootout?
Yeah, a couple of them. So it was like, and it was on camera. And so it was just like self-defense. So my therapist was like, hey, bitch.
Dude, they be talking shit.
Talk about, you need to get your estrogen levels up. My estrogen levels was down.
What?
Don't say that. Because one thing about
She's like a homeless. I don't know. There's something wrong with her, man. I don't know. She just seems crazy. She is crazy. What do you mean seems crazy? She is crazy. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.